Admittedly, the selling process can be a huge challenge. In and of itself, there's a lot of emotions involved, a lot of things to consider, and a lot of moving parts. But the purpose of this video is to help you as a homeowner, not me right now, you as a homeowner, become successful and do this move, your next move, very confidently. Hi, my name is Retha Butler, and I am broker owner of Ashley Garrett Residential Brokerage, Colorado. And I'm here to help, and more importantly, I'm here to help you real estate confidently. Let's talk about the mistakes that homeowners make when selling their property. These are not for my advantage. They are for your best interest. As we're talking about this is for your best interest. So I'm going to ask you to take some notes and keep these basics in mind if you're considering selling your home. So let's begin. What type of seller are you? There's several types of sellers and every permutation in between, but I'm going to put them in 4 categories only to give you a mindset of who are you. Some sellers are very sentimental, so a lot of times the change impacts the memories with the home, the things that they remember that are special about moments and events of their lives that deal with the home. And then you have those that are distressed. They don't have an option to sell. They're in a position where they must sell in order to be successful and move on with their lives. Then you have that average normal person who's just decided that they want to sell and it's now time to go. And then you have that driver person. Let's just get this done, Retha. I am ready to get out of here. So where do you fall? If you're sentimental, that could be because of events of life, death, change of circumstances, just a general relocation. You could be a military person and have stayed in place for a long time. Now it's important that you have a new duty station. It's time for you to move on. Distressed sellers, it could be a loss of job, death in the family, change of income, health issues, a myriad of things. Your normal average person has just made a decision. They want to move. They want to move closer to family. They want to do something different. They want to live differently. And that driver person, that person who's just decided that, I'm tired of this place. I want something new. Where do you fall? Trust me, it's important to know that so you can determine where you fall and all the information I'm going to give you, how you would respond to it, what's important to you. But that is really my job as a realtor, to engage with you and talk with you, build rapport with you. You build rapport with me so that we can figure out who you are and why are you selling. And that will basically set a baseline for how we move forward. So I hope you enjoy this series. We're going to talk about the different mistakes that homeowners make when selling their home. In the first one, you don't want to miss, and you want to get right out of the gate. So thank you for tuning in. See, when you're putting your home on the market, from the onset, we want to minimize anxiety. We want to reduce the time on market, and we want to get top dollar. You remember all those different homeowner personalities that I told you about, homeowners that are looking to sell their home? From the person who is sentimental and just has to move for whatever reason, to the person who's in a distressed situation and feel like they have to move, but we've got to get moving out of this home. From your normal, average, I want to move, time for me to sell person, to that person who's just a driver. I've got a whole nother dream and aspiration that I want to go into, so let's get this home sold. One common factor for all of them is they want to get the best price out of their property. And one common factor for me as a realtor serving them is I want to get them the best price for the property. So we have a meeting of the minds on that one thing, getting the best price for the property and giving you the most gain possible for whatever the situation is and for whatever the market is. Another thing that I would like to do by you, and this is not a commercial, but anyone in this industry, I'm a realtor of 15 years. What's important to me is to minimize the anxiety, ensure that the time that you're on the market is as minimal as possible. I'm not talking about, your house was on the market just for a day. I'm talking about as minimal as possible. One, to build and get for you the top dollar, generate the most exposure, but two, not have you languishing on the market. And the third one is ensuring that when you're in a transitioning market, we don't spend time and cause your proceeds to shrink right? So right now, the market that we're in, as people stay more and more in the market and the prices get steady and kind of begin to hold like they are, your appreciation window, or that equity portion that you may have had 6 months ago, is getting tighter and tighter because prices will change and they will begin to level out. So that's important to me as a realtor working with you. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of everything. The first mistake, you've heard it before, but I'm going to say it a little bit differently to help you work it in your own mind. The first mistake that many homeowners make when selling their home is to price it wrong, to price it incorrectly. Now, you can do incorrect pricing whether you price it too high or you price it too low. They're both going to cause us a problem, right? Because if you price your home too low, you're going to always feel like you missed out on something. Did you leave money on the table? And you're going to get that feeling in your gut that you wish you could do a take two and do it all over again. Now, if you price your home too high, the potential is it will languish in the market. What does that mean? People will begin to misread what's happening with your home if it sits on the market too long. And what can happen? It can go through real estate market transitions, just sitting there, never finding its right spot, and that can work against you. Now, as I'm saying this, I want to let you know, off the cuff, I said I'm going to give it to you so that you can remember it. Price reductions after you come on the market are not pricing strategies. They are a run, chase, try to catch up to what's really happening. And you can reduce that. You can reduce having to do that or minimize having to do that by taking the right steps when it comes to pricing. And I'm going to tell you how people get pricing wrong. Insider knowledge. I'm giving it to you right now. How do people get pricing wrong? Well, first of all, they do think price adjustments after you come on the market are price strategies. And wrong, they are not. But the main reason why people get pricing wrong is because of lack of knowledge about trends. When a market is going up, just going up, and you're coming on the market, you already know the market is trending up. If I come on this low point, on this lower level, right? I know I'm coming on the market. I could potentially move up a few percent, maybe 2-3%, so that once I get on the market, I'll make sense. I'll be jumping in those ropes at the right time. I'll be competing at those homes that are up there on the upper end of the market, and I won't feel like I just gave my home away. On the other hand, if a market is trending downward and you're looking at old numbers, old data, old trends, and you're trying to ride that tide has come and gone. You may see the tide, but the momentum of that tide is now gone. So if a market is trending down, you've got to jump in the ropes to where you want to meet it because it is trending down. And that takes knowledge of the trend, and it takes knowledge of the timing of the market. So people do get their information wrong. The second mistake that causes people to misprice their property is the source of the data. So we talk about the multiple listing service or the multiple listing system because it is the quintessential nature where numbers, figures, and statistics are held by property sales. That and your county and your assessor's office can give you valuable information about what's happening in the market and how things should be priced. But if you're going to use some third level product or some way out there, something that came from your industry, your world, you're going to do yourself a disservice because trust me, the listing agent that priced that home that you're competing with, they didn't go out to some third party, way out there, third party Mars written analytical system. They went to some fundamental things. Your multiple listing where there's data being held, your assessor and your county data that tells you other sales that happen in the area. Plus, they're in the heart of the situation so they can see other properties and what makes your property different from the others. So it's really important to know the trends, and it's important to respect where the data sources are because that's the same data that a buyer is using. The third thing that causes people to misprice their property, here it is, emotion. Emotions get in the way. I love your property. I love the floors you chose. I love the cabinets you chose. I love the color. I love the story you just shared with me. I love everything about your property. But regardless of how much I love it, if it doesn't compete, if what you're showing me is dated or outdated, if what you're showing me is damaged or compromised, it is important for me as a realtor, as a professional, understanding the quantitative and the qualitative aspects of pricing to give you the real information. I hope this helps, because that first mistake made right out of the gate can cost you thousands of dollars, lots of anxiety, time on the market, and shrink your proceeds towards the end. And I don't want that from you. So I'm going to continue this series with several other points. But right now, take that one bit of information about pricing being the biggest mistake that homeowners who want to sell their home are making constantly, especially in a changing market. And remember, price reductions or even increases after you come on the market are not pricing strategies. They are liabilities. My name is Retha Butler, and my intent is to help you. Help you do what? Help you real estate confidently. So let's not err on this anymore. We trust the process. The higher you price your home above what the market can stand, the longer it will stay on the market, the more people will scrutinize it, the less empowered you will feel as you're selling your home. The lower you price your market, you better have a reason for doing that, or you're going to feel pain when you feel like you've left so much money on the table. I'm your guide. I'm here to help. Stay tuned for the next 2 points in this series. Look forward to talking to you. I'm available. Give me a call. Take care.